Alright, we have got our 12 by 12 catch basin installed. We've got a polyurethane submersible caulk gluing the PVC into the catch basin because the pipe connectors in the catch basin fit loosely, and it doesn't make much sense to have a pipe connection that is going to leak water out when you're trying to direct water down into a collection area. So now what I have to do is get some mortar and mortar the pipes into the hole there. And everything is working out just right. We ended up having exactly the correct amount of PVC pipe, right down to using 2 sections of cutoff. Ended up exactly. How often does that happen? So there you go. That is the, whatever you want to call it, French drain or water retention area. But this is where modern construction wants the rainwater management to go, into some sort of a rock pit that will let the water go into the ground instead of just down the storm drain. And so I have to get in there, but the guys are up here now. We have 2 compactors going. There's the big vibrator, and then the pogo stick, as I like to call it. That'd be a lot more fun to do the pogo stick if you could ride it. So then we have our gravel being graded in here, and it is going to follow this yellow line over to the asphalt beneath there. Then there will be a rockery on the leaning up into the wall here, and then people will drive into the auto court, swing around and into their respective garage slots. Okay, so things are looking very good. So they are running the compactors over where the drainage pipes for the foundation and rainwater, the downspouts are. And right here is a clean out for the downspout. That's going to come up a few more inches. We need to put an extension on that. And then, so you can see just a little bit of a depression where the pipes are. And that's going to get some more filling. We've got the filter fabric on the ground here, and that'll help stabilize the rock over the ground. So, yeah, things are coming along very, very nicely. Next week, I believe that we can start doing pavers, and the homeowners will be very thrilled about that. Okay, that's a quick update for now. Lots happening fast. Okay, it's been a long, hard day. Day 2 of a lot of excavating and moving gravel. So we have the 1.25 inch gravel down on top of a layer of ground filter fabric. Then we laid a second layer of filter fabric, and we are now doing the 5/8 layer. So let me go to the window and show you that. So you see the 5/8 under this second layer, and they are just now scooping the 5/8 crushed rock onto the filter fabric. So you can see how things are beginning to look the way they're supposed to look now. Okay, I don't think that's what he wanted, but that's what he got. The door just popped out on him. Too much pressure. So this driver is going to get on out of here, and the Trackhoe operator is going to start pushing around. And that's fine. Actually, he can take a few scoops out of what he's got there and spread it. And that'll be fine. Let's go take a look from this side. There's the GoPro. Casey, it's Andy. There you can see the pit, and then we just put some fabric cloth over the pipes coming up to the clean out. Clean out is covered to keep dirt from going into it. What? Oh no, life's not that bad. Yes, he says there's always tomorrow, don't jump. So yeah, anyway, things are going really well. I am going to switch this over to time lapse and get a time lapse of it. Okay, so here we go. All right, we have finished. See, we have a nice flat parking area now. It is minus 4 inches so that they can put in some fine sand gravel fines and put the paving blocks on top of that. And there is one of the paving stones. So yes, this worked out very nicely, and you can see that we have a layer of 1.25 inches on top of filter fabric, then another layer of filter fabric above that with 5/8 crushed washed rock on that. So we have everything has been graded. You can see the height of the wall, and that's going to be a sloped rockery. And then you can see how the parking area follows a curve here and meets up with the existing asphalt driveway. So there's still some more grading work to do on this, but we're getting there. All the drain pipes are in. So we got one more day with the excavator. You can see here that the rock pit for rainwater is covered, and then this is the catch basin, and I have a cover over that to keep dirt from going into it. But yeah, this worked out very nicely. So we have had passed all of our inspections. So it is looking very nicely. Let me back way up from here so that we can get a look at what's going on. Oh, I didn't notice this dirt here. I'm going to have to go and sweep that out. Okay, so there you go. Let me bring up the light level here. So yeah, this is very nice. Come up the driveway. And then at the edge, the transition will go to paving stones. And you see the so the driveway curves out and over and around. So there'll be some backfilling in there. Then the rockery will be stacked over there. And then we still have to fill the pipe here. So, okay. So it's Friday, time to go home and enjoy the weekend. And it's after 7 o'clock now. Another long, hard day. This has been a long, hard week. My back was fried. I actually had to lay down for about 20 minutes to let things settle. So, okay. See you on the next video. And subscribe if you would like to keep following this project. The pavers should be very interesting. All right. Here's some time-lapse action. I'm positioning the camera on the top plate of the second floor wall, and what they're doing right now is the Trackhoe is scooping and placing 5/8 inch gravel on top of ground filter fabric, 12.5 foot wide sheets that come in rolls of 350 feet. So there is a roll on the first layer with the 1.25 inch gravel, and then a layer over that after it was compacted, and now we are putting the 5/8 crushed gravel on top of the second layer. So right now they are bringing in a dump truck full of 5/8 inch gravel, and the Trackhoe operator is just going to scoop that on out. At some point here, I believe the pressure from scooping gravel out hits the back door of the dump truck and pops the whole load out, which is not exactly where the Trackhoe wanted to have all the gravel, but it worked. He just had to spend a little more time scooping off the ground instead of from the truck to spread the gravel around the autoport. And the reason that takes a little more time is that he has to be careful not to dig into the previous layers, because then he'll disturb the fabric in the ground and make a little bit of a mess. So you can see the people running around and doing their things. Sorry about the lighting conditions. So he's switching around his bucket. He's going to pull things out a little bit more. Maybe it was not this truck that the back door popped open on. One of the trucks the back door popped open. Okay, so we just fast forwarded a little bit there to get to some more work being done. So we are just carefully positioning gravel in places around the autocourt, and then spreading it either with the flat shovel on the Trackhoe or else using a wide rake. can see the man in the orange shirt there, and he is running around putting white dots on the gravel. And what that means is they have a laser going on a transit, and he takes the pole there that is set with the proper depth measurement, and it has a laser receiver on it that is accurate within a 1/16 of an inch, and he is taking the pole and marking the level. So you see the dots, and those are level points, and the dots inside of a circle are a little bit below grade, and you don't see dots or any markings for above grade because there are none. We're going for either grade or a little below. So you see the Trackhoe operator puts his bucket down flat and then drags it, and that presses the gravel flat about 3 or 4 feet across, and he can do a lot of area pretty quickly. And the Trackhoe operator is pretty good at keeping a steady flat pull on his bucket. So you see the man with the stick is moving around and marking things. And so you'll see what his technique here is in a second. Is he will begin to follow the bucket with the stick, with the laser receiver, and as he walks forward, positioning it in multiple spots, following the bucket, and at the end of the reach of the bucket, when it's all the way in, he will put a mark at that point as long as everything is level, and he will stop where it's not level. So he's doing a little bit of raking, getting things evened out. Okay. So you can see it's a little bit high. So these two work well as a team. And there's me out there just making sure everything's good. Seeing if they need anything. Okay, so there are more level spots, and he's just going to clean it up a little bit with the rake, flatten it out a little bit. So there's a lot of work happens very quickly. Now you can watch this man in the orange shirt, see him follow the bucket with the stick. He's not quite doing it yet, but he will. So next week we'll have the landscaper who's going to do the pavers is going to come in, and he'll put down the final layer of finer gravel and put the paving stones on top of that. So I'm going to reposition the camera here in a second. Okay, what he's doing now, he's finished with the leveling of the parking area, and what he is doing now is scooping the dirt pile over there, and we are covering the landscape or the drainage pit. So remember that big rock pit that was there from earlier episodes? This is the end of that. And so we've had all of our inspections on piping and rock and filtration and the engineering that's gone into it to calculate all this stuff that has to be accounted for. So all of the rain collection, groundwater accumulation on the property goes to that pit to be dispersed into the ground. Darn it, these last three pictures represent clicks on the camera that were supposed to be videos and ended up being just pictures. So I lost a lot of good video content, darn it.